Hi Scorpio, welcome. So Scorpio, this is going to be your reading. I'm going to do the spiritual general messages first, see what we have coming through. Then I'm going to go into the you versus them love reading. If you're only interested in the love reading, feel free to fast forward to that portion of it. Time stamping this for November because that's when I am recording it, but my readings are timeless, so I just trust that whenever you find this, that's when it's for you. And let's go ahead and get into it. So Scorpio, for this round of readings, I decided to, as opposed to me choosing the order that they go in, which is never really any specific order, I decided to choose cards and let the cards tell me which sign should go first. And not surprisingly, your card comes out because it's Scorpio season. So of course the tarot would choose for Scorpio to go first, and happy birthday to any of my Scorpios. So I thought, wow, that's really fitting because I've definitely felt an activation in my own chart and my Scorpio placements, especially with this full moon that we just had on the 28th of October. So you might have really felt the tug of that full moon, I said full moon Scorpio. It just feels like the energy is emotionally charged energy. That's like the best way that I can describe it. And when I sat down in the meditation, I definitely felt almost like a sense of overwhelmment, like feeling overwhelmed emotionally. Whether it's good or bad, I really can't tell. I'm sure it will be different for all of you. There's many of you watching. But the encouragement, Scorpio, is to just kind of go with the flow and to allow yourself to feel your emotions. But I do feel, yes, that emotionally charged energy. That is the best way I can put it for you. So this should be interesting. Let's see what we have coming through. You have two cards out. You have the Trine and the Ascendant. Both of these cards are signifying to look at the positives, look at the positive aspects of your life, or the silver lining of a situation. It's talking about harmony, having support or being of support, looking at the benefit of something. It's also about your viewpoint on life, right? And taking a look at that. How do you view life? Do you view it as something beautiful and exciting, or do you view it as something challenging and a struggle? Because whatever you expect out of life, that's what life will deliver to you. And I think most people really don't understand that concept, that your expectation of life in general is the expectation that you will also experience, because you can't get outside of what you expect. You get what you expect in this life because thoughts become things, because we manifest through our mind. So if you have a firm belief about life in general, that is what your life will show you. Not because it can't be a different way, not because others aren't experiencing it a different way, but you can't experience it a different way unless you change your point of view about it. And this is also true of every topic in your life. If you think relationships are difficult, guess what? Relationships are going to be difficult for you. If you expect that it's hard to make money, guess what? It's going to be hard to make money. You can't get outside of your own belief systems. And that's why they say if you have self-limiting beliefs, and all of those that I just named off would be considered self-limiting, they are not worth continuing, right? And since a belief is just a thought you keep thinking, then you have the power to change that through your mind. But easier said than done, right? Because you look around your life and you say, well, I believe relationships are hard because life has shown that to me, and because I grew up watching that, or whatever. And it's like, well, the universe doesn't really care how you came about that assumption about life, or that conclusion, I should say. If it's not serving you, it's not serving you. And just because you once experienced it doesn't mean that you have to keep experiencing it. But if you keep that belief alive, you cannot not experience it. So I'm also getting a message about breaking your own self-limiting beliefs, Scorpio. And why not? It's your birthday season, you know what I mean? So like this would be the time to do it. If you have a thought pattern that stresses you out, worries you, and does not serve you, this is the time frame in which Spirit is asking you to look a little bit further and to break that cycle. And how do you break that cycle? By thinking hopeful thoughts, by looking at the other side of that subject. If you find relationships are hard, well, they're not hard for everyone, right? So let's start unraveling that. If they're not hard for everyone, not saying relationships don't require work. There's a difference between a relationship requiring work and it feeling hard. Think about it. But I'm saying, like, to soften that, you have to find the other side of that coin, Scorpio. So what do you enjoy about relationships? Stop focusing on the difficult aspects of them, because we all want healthy relationships. So what are the parts of the relationship that you enjoy? What are the parts of that person you enjoy? And solely give your focus to the enjoyment, all right, or the parts that please you, and watch how that relationship turns around, or your relationship life turns around. I'm equating this to relationships because I'm assuming that's really important right now. But honestly, you could take that theory and you could apply it to money. You could apply it to jobs. You could apply it to your health, etc. Right? Because on the other side of the unwanted is the wanted. So if you know for sure what you don't like, then that means you also know for sure what you like. So pivot, go towards the liked aspects, and watch within 7 to 30 days, depending on how consistent you are, as you begin to start feeling more in the flow, right? It's about improving your point of view, and that being one of the biggest lessons. And I don't like that word lesson. One of the biggest teachings, right, that you can teach yourself. So I feel like that was already your message without any cards, but let's get some cards since it's a tarot reading and see what else we have coming through. Yeah, you have the card of comparison and clinging to the past. It might also be that you are stuck in the past or clinging to something or someone from the past, and maybe there's a bit of comparison going on, right? Be careful with that, because I feel like comparison is tricky. It's nice to compare sometimes because it helps you to better define what you would also like for yourself. But also, when we compare, if you're on the negative end of that, it could actually feel like a void, like somebody has something that you don't have, or you know what I mean, like, and it can create jealousy. It can create a sense of insecurity, and it's a fine balance, and you got to be a really strong-minded person to do it in a healthy way, right? Like, if I don't know why I'm giving this as like an example, but like, you can't get what you don't praise in others as well, because others are connected to you. So like, for instance, I really wanted a sense of abundance in my life, and I really appreciated driving through these neighborhoods where the houses were just so magnificent, gorgeous, 3 million times bigger than my own at the time. I was living at that time in a very small, like 1,200 square foot home, which isn't small compared to some people's, but I had also 3 children. So there was a bunch of us in a small home. And anyways, I used to like love walking and driving through very well-to-do neighborhoods in a state of appreciation, though, not in a state of condemnation, not in a state of, oh, look what those people have and I don't have it, and they should be ashamed of having something that I don't have, you know, like, I just literally appreciated it. Like, wow, that's beautiful. I wonder what it's like to live in there. I would imagine myself living in those homes. You know, I would imagine what it feels like, and it gave me inspiration, and through that inspiration came so many good ideas that eventually evolved into skills that I picked up along the way, and it eventually led into advances and promotions and money. And oh, guess what? By the way, I now live in one of the houses that I used to drive past and admire. And that's how you get there from there. You get it through admiration, appreciation, and inspiration. Those are the emotions. Now, had I been driving through these subdivisions in a space of grumbling, you know, jealousy, resentment, look at all that money they have and they're not giving it to all of us, as if we don't have the power to also create income. You know, like, and a lot of people do that. They really feel that way. And then they wonder why they can never get there from there. And it's because you can't do it through that emotional path. Emotional pathways are a real thing. And the path of least resistance is a real thing. And so if you're looking to get here to there, you got to do it through appreciation, inspiration, and gratitude. And that, I guess, is also another big message, because I felt the need to talk about that as well. So it's okay to compare as long as you're doing it through the lens of a positive mind. But if you're doing it through the lens of looking at something and thinking you cannot or do not have it already, then you are working against yourself, and you better be careful with that. Well, I didn't like that wording. That sounds like I'm telling you what to do. The recommendation is to be cautious about that. All right, anyways, let's go into it and see what else we have coming through for you, Scorpio. Knight of Wands. Oh, yes, and I did want to say, like, before I started this reading, I had Adele. Sorry. I had a song by Adele in my head. It's one of her older ones. Where she says, there's a fire burning in my heart. I think that's it, right? And there's a fire burning in my heart, reaching the fever pitch, and it's bringing me out the dark. Check that song out. That may resonate with you. I do not recall the name of that one, which is crazy because I have the CD. We could have had it all. I think that's the name of it. Anyways. All right, so Scorpio, Knight of Wands, Seven of Pentacles, the Wheel, and the Three of Pentacles. Very action-oriented energy. It's kind of like a plugging away at life type of feel. And yet, very fortunate here, okay? And I hear fortune favors the wise. So, again, bringing that wisdom to the forefront, Scorpio, of past lessons learned, but not clinging to the past, right? They want you to learn from the past, but they don't want you to hold on to it and carry it with you into your future. And it's like finally getting into that space where maybe you are ready to let go of that, so that you can build where you're at currently, so that you can build on the foundation that is going to bring you into your future. So let's see what else we have coming through. Remind me of us. The World, the Moon, the Eight of Swords, and the Four of Swords. So, wow, yeah. Okay, so to me it feels like, Scorpio, that on the surface, you know, things are actually going relatively well, or relatively as expected is the word that I got. But then on an emotional level, it feels like there's a lot of overwhelming emotion coming through. And I felt that at the beginning of the reading, which is like this deep emotion, maybe feeling sensitive, things getting to you, maybe feeling a bit of stress or getting all in your head. And it's like all you really need is a good night's rest, or maybe a good meditation to pull yourself, or at least lift yourself temporarily out of that vibe. And I feel it being kind of like a funky energy. But the good news is the World is here. So it's like you're going to overcome this. That's why I said temporary, because I don't feel that this is something that is lingering here. And then here you are at the bottom of the deck. So it's all about transmuting that energy, which you as a Scorpio know best how to do, right? Don't bury your emotion though, Scorpios. Don't bury it. Process it, feel it, let yourself feel it. I really don't have to tell you that though, right? You might have a problem not feeling versus feeling it. The Empress. Let's see. 9 of Swords, 7 of Swords. Ooh. Knight of Pentacles. What's the 7? So, Scorpio, I feel like there is this message here about going within, okay, to really feel this, to really let yourself feel this and think about this. It's like feeling lied to as well. I don't know where this is coming from, but I definitely feel this message about like feeling lied to. Some of you betrayed even, but it just feels like despair. It's heavy. It's heavy. Oh my goodness, yes. So, not during your birthday season, Scorpio. It's interesting that the Empress is here among all of this, because this card represents alchemy, taking something and making it better. But it also talks about patience and like the softness here. And it's like, be easy on yourself. Be soft with yourself. Be patient with yourself. Care about how you feel. Give yourself some rest, because I do feel the energy being overwhelming. There may be something that like really stops you in your tracks as well, that slows things down for a bit. But I do want to point out that the crowning energy is actually very positive. But I feel like it's a process. Like there's things that you're processing. There's things that you're going through. You may feel like detaching emotionally so that you can be with your emotions. Some of you wonder about the what ifs. The shoulda, coulda, wouldas. What if I said this? What if I did this? And if this isn't you, this could be someone you're connecting with that's thinking of you, Scorpio, and the what ifs. But since this is your reading, I feel it as you, but take it as it resonates. And you know, I think that all of our minds kind of go there sometimes, like to that, looking back at the past and like the what ifs or whatever. And certainly my mind has done that as well in my life. But I always come back to the same conclusion, which is if it could have been different, it would have been different. Period. If it could have been different, it would have. And every time I bring myself back to understanding that and resonating with that, I feel light as a feather, because I don't have to think about it anymore. I don't have to worry about it. I don't have to be sad over it, because it's called acceptance. And that is a very freeing space to be in. Acceptance says, I accept where I am, and that where I am is perfect for who I am today. Say that to yourself. It'll bring a smile to your face. Because I feel like some of you are worrying on that, or thinking like that, or going there with it. And that's what's slowing you down. That's what's slowing you down, because honestly, Scorpio, in the big picture, there's things to be excited about. You've invested your time and energy into something that's currently growing. You have fortune here, okay? Fortune. Feeling fortunate. They want you to feel fortunate. Not punished, fortunate. And that's where all of your power is. That's where all of your power is. Which explains why I went into that little channeling rant at the beginning. Fortune favors the wise. So, let's see what your guidance says. The universal law of attraction is managing my expansion. The law of attraction is the universal manager of all vibration, which expands to everything that exists through the universe. And so, at the same time that the law of attraction is responding to the vibrational content of your physical thoughts, it is also responding to your vibrational content of your inner being. So this is saying, in a lot of fancy words, to trust that where you're at is where you're supposed to be at in life, and that things are unfolding perfectly in your timing, in your favor, for your highest good, as it is for everyone else on the planet. So, Scorpio, wow, cool start to the reading. Let's get into the love reading then and see what we have coming up. I'll see you in just a second. And welcome back. So Scorpio, now we're going to go into the you versus them reading. I'm going to go back and forth between you and the person you may be connecting with. So let's get into it and see. Crowning energy is the card of balance. Libra energy. You could be connecting with Libra or have that in your chart. And or it's just the vibes. So this is all about relationships, how you mirror each other in relationships. Sometimes it can be a confrontational energy. Be careful of that. But it also talks about being disciplined and understanding as well. Understanding others through the mirror of self. So let's see what else we have coming through. You have the card of innocence. And they have the card of success. So I actually love that this came out for you, Scorpio. Because I got that saying about, you know, fortune favors the wise. And then this is the wise man of this tarot deck. But it also, interestingly enough, talks about innocence. About assuming the positive and the good in everything and everyone, and that really being a powerful energy to be in. And all the great masters know that true power comes through the power of love and alignment. But there's something innocent here about this energy, and this person has the card of success. So they may be having success during this time frame. They may be feeling successful. They may be getting attention. They may have your attention. It's also the number 6, which talks about the past again. So that could be past energy, or you may have a past with this person, but we'll see. Recent past for my Scorpios. Let's let up to now. 9 of Wands, the World, the Page of Cups, and the 10 of Cups. So I feel like Scorpio, this person in the recent past, not this person, you. Oh my gosh, why am I getting this mixed up? Okay. So there's mirroring. There's mirroring. Say that 3 times fast. In the connection. Just FYI. It's come out twice and then I accidentally got the cards flipped. So I feel you being a little bit guarded here, and yet there's 2 cards of innocence. So if you have been guarded or offstandish, etc., I feel like coming from a place of good intention. I feel like you genuinely being focused on your fulfillment, your love, your family, and things kind of coming full circle in that arena for you. Could also be a heavy emphasis on children or a child during this time frame. Because that's showing up here 1, 2, 3, 4 times. Okay, so where's my other set of cards? I don't have them. Hold on a second. Sorry about that. How am I going to start a reading without only half of my cards? I'm sorry. You know, because I brought them downstairs with me for the tarot event that I did on my Facebook. And oh my God, you guys, if you don't follow me on Facebook, why? But I did a Halloween event on my Facebook. I went live with my mom and I was selling Halloween wreaths, and I had my boyfriend on there. We were dressed as Morticia Gomez. And he proposed to me. I got engaged on Halloween. Right? How How cool is that? Anyways, yeah, so anyways, my cards are downstairs because that's where I was also doing tarot while I was live. So anyways, check that video out. I totally didn't know it was coming. My reaction is priceless. It's on my Facebook. Tarot Time with Dana. Go check it out. All right, so let's see your person's recent past energy. You have Seven of Wands, Seven of Swords, the Knight of Cups, and the King of Pentacles, Five of Pentacles. The very first thing is that I got, like, this person was not very honest with you in the past, Scorpio. Or just maybe just not very honest in general, right? Very defensive, very guarded energy. Not always telling the truth about how they feel. They focused a lot on what they didn't have as opposed to what they had. And that contributed to a lot of what played out for them, and I heard in their own misery, you know, because you get what you focus on whether you want it or not. And I feel like this person focused a lot on don't have this, don't have that. And I'm not saying they did it intentionally. You know, most of us don't even know what we're doing with our mind. We don't even know that we're creating something we're really not going to like later. But they weren't cognizant or paying attention to the way they were thinking, and it resulted in their own kind of demise, their own failure. And this is past energy, by the way, so let's bring it into the now. How do you see this person, Scorpio? How do you view this person? Queen of Pentacles. The first thing that I got was established, thoughtful, considerate. And that's when I feel like this person is in their highest high energy, in their most positive energy. On the flip side of that, I heard stalling things. This person could be someone who stalls things or is conflict ridden, or that you have like this push and pull dynamic with. And they actually gave me the song, I Put a Spell on You. So it may feel like this person put a spell on you, or that you know, did that to them, you know, vice versa. It's a weird message to get, but I had to say it because that's what came through. So I feel a lot of uncertainty here. I feel that you may be at war, you may be struggling with this connection, or kind of where to go from here, or what to do about this situation. So let's see this person's perspective. And I heard multi-talented. So they may see you that way, or you may see this person that way, multi-talented. So how do they see you? Ace of Cups, Judgment, Six of Wands. And the Four of Cups. So I have a Miley Cyrus song coming through, and I cannot prevent me from singing it. She says, "'Cause she's just being Miley. I can't wait to see you again. And that's when I freaked out. It's like one of her like songs when she was still like kind of a little kid. So yeah, I can't wait to see you again. I don't know if you feel this way, Scorpio, they feel that way, but that is the tagline, I think, of that song. Check that song out. So I actually feel like this person sees you through the eyes of love. They see you as a success. They see you as, you know, a decision maker, you know, somebody who makes decisions from their heart, though. Heartfelt is what I felt. And They miss you. So if you're not currently in a connection, I feel a missing energy, like somebody misses someone, or thinks about someone, okay? Whether that's you, them, both, whatever. If you're in a current connection with this person, there's something that is missing, that they feel they're missing out on. Maybe they feel they missed out on you. Maybe they feel like they're missing out on life. Like, maybe they miss the old days, because I'm also getting that song, Macklemore. Is it Good Old Days? I'm not sure. All right, so let's see what's going on in your heart space then, Scorpio. Sorry, I can't stop singing that song now. Ten of Swords, Ten of Wands, Two of Cups. Wow, so much anxiety, Scorpio. Are you freaking out? Maybe that's what that was all about, because that song says, like, and that's when I freaked out. Like, are you bugging right now? This is like a freak out energy. And I felt this in the spiritual reading, this very emotionally charged energy, right? Like, I'm getting images of like a storm rolling in, and like the charge of the electricity running through the clouds, you know, like that type of vibe. I definitely feel like a soulmate connection here with whoever this is. Very deep bond. May have a lot of history and or have had a lot of challenges with this person. There may or may not have been an ending here, but there's so much stress around this. Like, even if there wasn't an ending, it's just like everything's feeling so heavy right now. That's how I feel. And it may not even be about this person. Like, you just may be having this moment where it's like, why is everything so heavy right now? Like, why? You know, where you get just like frustrated, and it feels overwhelmed, and then you're getting overwhelmed with things that you don't usually get overwhelmed with because you're already overwhelmed. You know, be careful not to take this energy out on someone else, because it's super easy to do when the energy is emotionally charged like this. But I get like almost like a manic vibe coming from this, Scorpio. What's up with that? Let's see this person's energy. What's going on in their heart space? And Nine of Cups, Seven of Cups. This person has some choices. Wheel of Fortune and Temperance. So I feel like this person has some choices to make here. I feel them in the space of having options, or like usually I would get confusion energy from this card, but I'm actually getting option or options, or, you know, like this person is doing whatever satisfies them. Whatever makes them feel good, I feel like that's what they're reaching for. They're trying to feel good. They're trying to focus on the good. I heard feel better. Some of them are just simply trying to feel better. You know, anything they can do just to get better, feel better. But I feel the Wheel of Fortune is here, which is positive energy, good luck coming through. And then Temperance, which is like this very independent, driven, self-sufficient energy. So I feel like this person feels fortunate to have had this connection, whether they currently have it or it's from the past. They are looking forward in a forward direction, Scorpio, like wanting to move life forward. Okay, and I don't know where you fit in that equation, but we'll see. So let's go into the most likely outcome. The Emperor, the Sun, the Moon, Four of Wands, King of Wands. So the good news is I feel like it getting the energy lightening up. You feeling more in control of your happiness and more in control of your emotions. Thank goodness, you know. So that's why I felt in the spiritual reading too, that it was just like a blip on the radar, a temporary phase. I did not feel it was long lasting, but you may go in and out of this energy. Just depends on where you're at vibrationally. But I feel this stabilizing of life coming through, or the sense of stabilization, and then feeling more determined than ever to make your happiness a priority. You know, you never know how good feeling good feels until you feel miserable. You know, and you can only stand misery for a day or two before it becomes too much. It's almost like we're designed to make ourselves feel better, because it just feels so rotten when we don't feel good. And it's surprising to me how many people you have to convince that feeling good is a good thing. Thinking good thoughts is a good thing. It's not lying to yourself. It's not being unrealistic. It's allowing yourself to feel good because you deserve it. You know, and this is like, wow, whatever you've been through, or this overwhelming energetic storm coming through, is really pointing you in the direction of what feels best, of how important it is to feel good. You know, and like really coming into this very powerful energy, Scorpio. You might be damn near magnetic in this energy, and it just completely stabilizing everything. So let's see this person's future energy. Knight of Pentacles. Three of Wands. Four of Pentacles in the reverse. Five of Swords. Holy cannolis. Holy cow. I made myself laugh with my own stupid joke. Like, really? I'm trying to lighten the mood here, okay? I know this is serious, but holy cannolis. Okay. Well, I feel like this person is really, truly going into this space of letting go of that feeling of either loss or rejection. You know, there's some stuff they've been struggling with too, and I talked about that in their past energy, but their overall energy is a sense of overcoming that. So I actually feel like this person is overcoming quite a few of their own barriers or obstacles during this time frame, and they're doing it by focusing on the positive, you know, thinking about the things that they enjoy, the things they appreciate. Not saying that they don't have anything negative going on, but they're choosing, whether by intentional choice or just life happening, something good happening to them, and it takes their attention away from something bad. Like life is redirecting them to look at the positive, and therefore they are naturally going with that, because of just the way the life circumstances right now. I don't know why I'm going so far into that, but anyways, that's kind of where they're at. Well, in order to do that, they need to let go of the strife, and that's one thing that they need to work on, right? But I do feel them working on that. I feel if they've been stuck, they are getting ready to move forward into a more action-oriented phase. Success coming in for this person. And I feel ultimately what they want to see is for things to come to bed. For things to come together. For some of you, come to bed. Sorry, that's almost what came out. They just want you to come to bed. I don't know. But I was going to say come together. Whether that's like, I just feel like I know somebody who's going to watch this at night, like a Scorpio, and then I end it with, like, your partner wants you to come to bed now. Put your phone up. Some of you, it really is that. They want you to come lay down with them, you know. Maybe you need to go to bed earlier. I don't know. But that was just a slip of the lip. And sometimes that has meaning. But whatever, regardless, this person wants to see things come together. They just want to be in this space of positivity, reconciliation, of, yeah, group activities as well being highlighted for this person. So anyways, let's see what the guidance is. Billions of us are living in perfect diversity. The diversity of your planet is of tremendous value and benefit because from variety springs all new ideas and expansion. Without the diversity, there would be complacency and endedness. You are billions of people living the perfect diversity just as you knew you would, constantly asking for improvement and thereby setting up for the next generation an improved life experience. If you understood that and no longer clamored for the one right way to live, things would get better for everyone sooner. So this is interesting. This is a message to you, but also to your person, that you don't have to be exactly the same to love each other. And in fact, our differences is what makes us interesting and unique. Because who wants a world where we're all exactly the same? Boring. You know, so it's like there's this encouragement to appreciate diversity and differences. So very interesting reading. So I'm gonna leave that there for you now, Scorpio. Zodiac signs that you may be connecting with or have in your own birth chart. I have Libra, Sagittarius, Libra again. See, Capricorn, Aries, Pisces, Leo, Aries, Gemini, Virgo. Those are the primary signs I'm seeing, but keep in mind it is a general reading, so take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If it did resonate, let me know in the comments down below. Also, don't forget to check me out on Facebook. Check out my video that I talked about earlier. And also my Instagram. All of it linked in the description box below, as well as in the about section of my YouTube, where you can also find the donation link if you'd like to donate as a thank you to the channel. You can do so there. Otherwise, I'm wishing you the very, very best. And until next time, my friends, namaste.